What's up and welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Eddie. I'm still addicted to Marvel Snap and it's time to look at another character's set of variants and rank them from worst to best. With the new show coming out on Disney Plus, The Secret Invasion, I figured it's time for us to look at a couple of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters slash villains. We already looked at Super Skrull, so make sure to go back and check that out. And today we're going to look at Nick Fury, and the next one after that is Agent 13. Now, before you guys ask, where's Maria Hill, where's Agent Coulson, and a couple other like Quinjet and all that, they do not have enough variants at the moment for me to do this ranking video. So those guys we're going to do in the future. But for now, in theme with the Secret Invasion show, we're going to do Nick Fury, Agent 13, and Super Skrull. So let's jump right into it. As I've said a couple times now before, that my thing is not ready to go here. What happened? Give me a second. There we go. This is what happens when you do stuff on the fly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But there we go. We fixed it. Today we're looking at Nicholas Fury himself. Nick Fury is a 5 energy, 7 power card. And his on reveal is that he adds 3 random 6 cost cards to your hand. I gotta be honest, I don't play Nick Fury a lot in this game at the moment, but in Conquest mode, I actually think that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters in general are really good to play. So if you guys are ever looking for decks to play in Conquest mode, I think it's always a good idea to play like Coulson, Maria Hill, Nick Fury, all these characters that add random cards, because it forces your opponent to not have an idea as to what you may play, right? So having a mix of cards that always get shuffled every single time, sometimes you'll draw some bad cards, but most of the time you'll get, like with 6 cost cards, most 6 cost cards are good. Getting 3 of them gives you a lot of different opportunities and different options for your final play, and your opponent can never actually guess what you're going to do. So I think Nick Fury is going to start seeing a lot more play now that we've got Conquest mode going. I know that he's been playing a lot of other decks, but Conquest mode I think is going to work really well for him. First of all, let's talk about this avatar. Awful. Like, literally you can barely see anything. It's probably just not centered properly, but if that's the actual avatar in the game, that is hilarious. So as always, we're going to go down here. We're going to look at every single one of these variants, which he has a lot. I will say, before I forget, the signed one, this one, I'm not going to rank it. It's the exact same thing as the other variant, but as the base card, but with a signature. So we're kind of just going to skip this one. If you guys were wondering, where did we get this? This was the Christmas gift for this past Christmas. So if you guys were playing the game during December 25th, you got this card for free. If you didn't, you can't get it anymore. But honestly, it's the exact same card as the base card, as you guys can see right here, just with Samuel L. Jackson's signature. So I don't really want to rank this one, so we're just gonna skip it. Okay, so let's jump into our opinion on each one of the cards, and then from there we're going to rank them. First one up is the pixel one. Again, this is one of those just whatever pixels. You guys know this by now. We've got the good pixels, we got the black pixels like this one, and then we got they're so bad they're good. This one just kind of falls in that middle of whatever. There's nothing special about it. It's not great. It's really not. I'm not a fan of it. It's worth 700 gold. So if you guys wanted to get this one, there it is. But yeah, I really don't have much to say about the pixel one, as always. Let's go to the next one here, which is the sports variant. Having Nick Fury as a basketball coach, I think is excellent. I love this one. I don't know if you guys have heard me say these ones about the sports ones before, but I really like the sports variants overall. Like the Miles one, the basketball one's really high up on my list. This one's also going to be pretty high, I think, because I just love the fact that they were able to find something that fits for these guys, right? Like Nick Fury as a basketball coach is hilarious, but it makes, you can imagine it. You can imagine him being a very upset basketball coach, and I love it. I think it's really good to have him with the whistle, with the ball in hand, and you can tell he's already upset at someone. I really like this one, and for 700 gold, it's a good price. Next one up, funny enough, this is one of the first ever variants I got in the game after getting Nick Fury, obviously. It's like, well, I mean, I think Nick Fury's pool 3, but he was like one of my first pool 3 cards I ever got, and then I got this one almost immediately afterwards. I really like this one. This has a name to it. I don't remember. It's classic variant. So OG, old school Nick Fury. I really like this one. The background is kind of where I'm a little unsure of, but it's fine. I just really like how different Nick Fury looks in this picture, right? Like, I don't know. It says classic, so I'm guessing this is his old style that he used to look like in the comics. I don't really know much about Nick Fury, so if you guys want to give me some lore in the in the comments. I love it. I know him from the MCU and stuff like that, but I don't know much about him in the comics. This weapon looks insane. This is by Gabriel Del Auto. Really big fan of this variant. I love the color. I love the way it's drawn. I wish there was a bit more going on in the background, or personally, but outside of that, it's a good one, I think, because it is different from everything else. Next up, we got the Dan Hip one. Dan Hip, for me, I have always talked that the first time I saw it, I wasn't a fan of his. I just didn't like his stuff, but over time, he really grew on me, and I started liking his stuff more and more. This is one of the ones where I kind of don't know how to feel about this. I don't love this one, but I also don't think it's bad. It just kind of feels... boring might not be the right word, because I don't think that's the case, but it just feels a little too normal. There's nothing really special that stands out for me for this variant. You know, it's just Nick Fury with his 2 weapons. The background's just whatever. You know, he's done stuff that like really goes over the top, and other stuff that I feel like are very simple. This one I kind of just feel like it's whatever. It's 700 gold. It's a good price, which, by the way, I think the other one was also 700 gold. Yeah, so far they've all been 700 gold. It's a good price. If you like Dan Hip, it's a must-have. I do have this one. I got it in a reserve or a cash as well. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't stand out to me as being like stellar or anything like that. Speaking of stellar, though, this next one, this is the Noir one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so the Noir variant. This isn't one of the season passes. I was not playing the game when this one was in the past, which means that I think they already announced that a couple of these bundles are going to be purchasable soon. So you'll probably be able to buy these old beta season passes again and get this variant. This is the Nick Fury Noir variant. I love this one. I love the Noir theme. I love the Noir variants that we've seen for a lot of other characters, and this one works for me. You know, I always talk about I want colors and cool backgrounds, but with the card being a Noir variant, this card fits for that, so I'm not going to dock points, if you want to say it that way. I'm not going to be upset about the card being within its theme, but I really like it. Love the suit that he's wearing. Love the rain and all that. Very cool. I'd love to see what this one looks like when it's split and upgraded, if the rain is animated or not, because that'd add a lot to it. But I really like this one. Very, very excellent variant, in my opinion. Next, we got the animal variant. Is that what they call it? Nick Fury. Amazing. So this is the bear one. This came out, I think, was the Hitmonkey season, which was 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I've already forgot. 1200 gold for this one. This is the kind of variants I love to collect, because it's take a character that we know and drastically change them and make them look completely different, and this works for me. For 1200 gold, I think it's excellent. It's cute. Love the colors. It is very different from everything else. And it's just amazing, in my opinion. I love these variants. So this is a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. And 1200 gold, it sucks that it's that much, obviously, but I think it's worth it for this one specifically. And last one here is the Mech Nick Fury. Unknown, so it's not in the game yet. Do we have any... No, nothing yet, so we don't know if it's in a bundle or anything like that. No prices or anything like that on this one. I'd admit, I really, really like this one. I wish we saw Nick Fury a little bit more. He's really, really tiny. You can see he's like right here. I wish it was zoomed in. I don't know how they would do it, because if they zoom in, we can't see as much of the mech. But I wish we saw Nick Fury a little bit more, so that it's a bit more about him. But I do really like this one. Love the mech. I think it looks really cool. Reminds me, for some reason, reminds me of the Final Fantasy VII mech, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Very cool. I love this one. Again, they took a character and drastically changed it into making this, and I think that that's really awesome. So those are the Nick Fury variants, everybody. As always, now we gotta do our ranking. I gotta admit, he's got a lot of good ones. You know, we just talked about Super Skrull before that, and Super Skrull didn't have many that I really liked. I will say that this one definitely has more. And wow, more difficult than I thought it would be, because there's a lot of really good ones, honestly. And make sure, as always, to comment what your ranking is, which one's your favorite, least favorite. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. But it really helps. I really appreciate all of you guys with all of that too. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to put this, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 7 of them. So number 7 is the Pixel one. Again, nothing really bad or good about it. It's kind of just there. I wouldn't buy it myself personally. Whether or not you guys want to buy it is up to you, but it's the bottom of my list. My number 6 is going to be the Dan Hip one, and right here from here onwards, I could already tell you I like all of these ones. I'm just putting Dan Hip at the bottom just because it's not as special. There's nothing really going on with this one. Very basic card, but not necessarily bad. It's just basic, right? Just basic. Next up, we got the number 5 is the classic one. And as I said before, nothing bad with this one. I'm putting it a bit lower because I do think the other 4 have more exciting things going on. This one's background, kind of boring. But outside of that, the card itself is excellent. I love the drawing. I love how different he looks from everything else. My number 4 is the sports variant. A little bit higher than probably most people would put it, but I love the theming behind it. I love that it's, you know, taking, again, a character and putting him in a different environment, and it still works. And as a basketball coach, works. I love his suit. Wait, is it a coach or a referee? Now I'm noticing the striped shirt. I keep thinking basketball coach, but it might be a referee. Either way, both of these work in my opinion. So before anyone types in the comments that I'm wrong and it's not a coach and it's a referee, I just noticed the stripes on the shirt. This could be a referee as well. Either way, both of them, they work for me. I'm going to stick to, in my heart of heart, that he's a coach. My number 3 is the noir one over here. You know what? I'm going to switch my mind. Now, the more I think about it, I'm going to put this one above it. So this was the noir is going to be my number 4 because it's exclusive to the season pass. That's my reason why. So less likely for people to get it. So I think it's a better variant, but the fact that it's behind the season pass does mean that it's exclusive and there's less chances for you to get it. So I'll switch it like that. I love this one. I think it's great. Missing a bit of colors, but again, it works because it's a noir variant. That's the whole point of it. So I'm going to put it at number 4. I'll put the basketball variant, the sport variant, as number 3. Number 2 is the mech one. This would be the number 1 if we had more focus on Nick Fury, if we saw a little bit more of him. But I really like this. I also really like the colors, right? Like that purple really pops. The mech is green a little bit. So there's more colors in this one compared to a lot of the other ones. So it's really high up on the list. Once we know the cost, it could change my opinion. But at the moment, it's my number 2. And my number 1 is the animal variant, which is this big guy over here. Love this one. This is the one that if I was to only get one Nick Fury variant, this is the one that I would want. And that, everybody, is my ranking of Nick Fury. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong about the sports variant. Which one's your least favorite, your favorite? What are you guys most excited for in Snap right now? Are you guys enjoying Conquest Mode, all of that fun stuff? What are the next characters we should do? I already got Agent 13 coming up, but we got more to go. We've got over 200 characters left to go. But there's a lot of ranking videos. Make sure to check out the playlist because we got a bunch more. And what other content of Marvel Snap would you guys like to see on the channel? Let me know, because I'd love to know if you guys want to hear my opinion on bundles, decks that I play, what I think of Conquest and all that stuff. I'd love to know. What do you guys want to see from the channel? Let me know. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.